Hang on, Gerard Butler, he's Scottish. It's more like small town. There are few among us who could claim any degree of unfamiliarity with the name of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. God damn, doesn't he just sound like a rich British guy? Seriously? I mean, not that the British pound is worth all that much anymore now that they left the EU, but still, rich as he is a gentleman who possesses the wealth, notoriety, and vigor to well match the finest of his ilk abound in England. All kinds of words I gotta Google. His intellect is equal to his charms, as has oft been declared by the young ladies of the European aristocracy. Now, I'm sure there's been plenty of legs bent over for him, huh? He holds powerful connections within the Lord's Chamber and carries an influence inside the political world. There are those who would call him unforgiving, authoritarian. Yeah, I bet you he wouldn't fucking resign as Prime Minister if somebody voted something he wasn't believing in. Hashtag David Cameron. We should rather say that Sir Rodney is determined and ambitious. His presence at any archaeological site only means success for all concerned. And he also knows how to handle an MP40. As I realize that's like 45 years out of its time, but still, that was a Indiana Jones reference. Fucking deal with it. Moving on. Document. I wish to organize a press conference at the Strand Lane Bouts next month. 1893 was a remarkable year for my work in Egypt, but now it is time to set my focus upon English archaeology to shine the light on our national treasures and reveal them to the Republic. I would like to see as many journalists as possible in attendance to record this event and record it favorably if we treat them well enough. Oh yeah, always treat the media properly and they'll fucking fellatio you until the end of your 8-year term, like Obama. I should like to recall my old friendship with Lord Blackmore and use the special funds of the Royal Archaeological Institute for this event. Should say signed, but Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Sir Daniel Radcliffe. Anyway, what's this here? What's this one? This just in, miraculous reopening for the Strand Lane Roman Baths excavation research. The research efforts were about to be halted when a savior arrived in the form of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. He doesn't look a thing like Jesus, but he talks like a gentleman, like you imagined when you were young. Sir Rodney has taken over immediate control of the excavation, claiming that the site holds the key to a great mystery. Only probably one that Sherlock Holmes can solve, God willing, if his drunken counterpart can take it over. We pledge to update our readers with all the exciting news as it develops. Just like Fox News, but without the bullshit. Let's see. Now, oh, what's this?
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed.
Oh hell, my grandmother used to do the same thing, but it was with cats. Okay, moving on. What's this here? Oh fuck. Just better get some aluminum. Is there aluminum in here? I needed to build my settlement. What the fuck is this?
It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue.
Oh, okay, thank you, Sherlock. I was wondering what the hell that was. What's this one here? Is that? Oh, it's all the same.
The glass plate negative is missing.
Motherfucker! Somebody stole it. The hell with whatever the hell we're doing right now. We should figure out who stole that. That's a case in itself. That should be like a side quest case or something, you know?
Glass plate negatives. A remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations.
Not a great way of recording porn, though, because, I mean, the flip book I don't think was invented until, like, 1901. But by that point, there was, like, motion pictures, so no one really cared. Not that I watch a lot of porn or nothing. I'm just saying. I mean, if you watch the old black and white French porn from like 1910, I mean that's. I'm not gonna say it's bonerific, but somehow the simplicity of it just makes it just not creepy. Then again, the Europeans were always great at making porn seem like art. You know, it's just, I mean, you watch any lesbian movie, and it's like a fucking Oscar-winning art house piece, not a porno movie. I don't know how the Europeans do it. It's just classy somehow. I don't. Anyway, moving on to the next subject.
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened. Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this...
You were like 10 feet away. What the fuck?
To the
Seriously.
frigidarium, the cold room.
Barely unscathed, but by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement.
He was... Sherlock, you were 10 feet away from the fucking collapse. You're fine, really. I mean, seriously, that's like some asshole being like, "Oh yeah, I was in Orlando when the shooting happened. I was 3 blocks away. Oh my God, I could hear the gunshot." Like, seriously, stop trying to add yourself to the drama, motherfucker. You're fine. You were like, he was like over here where those crates are. You know, it's not. You're not a victim, asshole. Just move away from it. Ugh.
Don't demonstrate toes. You won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
It's not a problem to remove them. I mean, you get 20 guys together. You know, like a little conveyor. Well, not a conveyor belt. What's it called when there's like a string of guys? It's like a string of people. It's shit. Come on, I know there's a name for that. Come on, what is it? What is it? What is it? Come on, think. Not conveyor belt, but a shimmy of people. Fuck it. Anyway, it's like when a bunch of people get together like in a line and they just pass rocks to get them out of the way. I don't know. If you're actually watching this, just comment in the section below. Even if it takes you like 5 years from the posting of this video, I don't care. Just comment what the fuck I'm trying to think of right now, because I just can't imagine it. I'm not. I mean, I'm normally a smart person. I don't mean to brag, but I'm normally a smart person. But I just can't. Like, I can't actually think right. Hey, but hey, that's the whole fun of all this. I'm trying to do smart things with half the brain capacity that I would normally. I mean, come on. Honestly, investigations are so much more fun when you're like, well, out of it. Am I right? Yeah, you know I'm right. Little Toby.
Simple for the 3rd time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
Can he really sit on that? I mean, if you sit down on something like that, it's like, it's one hell of a hard pillow. It's not even a pillow. I mean, it's gonna go like, Wah! No, it's gonna be, yeah, that's it. It's gonna go, you know. Let's see, there she is. Okay. Okay. Well, at least we know she's still there. Just waiting for Sherlock Holmes to look at her wide breasts. This ought to be fun.
Selenite.
I think you get that from Selenation.
Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold. White clay particles. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay.
No.
Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to.
Oh, let's see. Could it be the fucking purple mark?
The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans.
I shouldn't really act cocky about shit like that, because, I mean, there are really hard little puzzle mini-game things in this game, and then when there's like a really easy, epic, easy one like that, I shouldn't be cocky and be like, oh, well, look at me, I'm smart, I can find... No, that was actually pretty piss easy right there. There are some really hard goddamn... Well, I mean, hey, you've seen it in the past if you're actually watching this series, where I've cut through stuff. because it was just, you know, so, you know what I'm talking about. Let's analyze this guy's blood.
Let us analyze this blood sample.
Yeah, there we go. See, he agrees with me. Okay, I'm no doctor, but,
This blood has not coagulated well.
yeah, I was about to say that.
It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface.
Obviously, like always.
I must take a pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide.
Alright, pipette. Yeah, pipette, come in the peroxide. You know what I hate about you British? Apart from living Europe, you all talk so funny. And you make your games lag for no reason. Oui, oui. My pipette makes your game lag.
This blood is heavily diluted with water.
Oh shit. Could it be from the steam of a fucking steam room?
My analysis table. It is used.
Oh, well, while I'm here, I might as well search the archives. Oh, right, yeah, and I gotta fucking... Alright, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, letters. Let's talk about past cases that I've forgotten about by this point. Sherlock, dear brother, you have made the most terrible mistake once again. Oh, fuck you, Mycroft! Are you quite aware of the fact that the Empire is at the brink of international conflict? Well, I bet they are now. How could you pass this hashtag EU referendum? How could you pass this incredibly sensitive case to those further-brained Scotland Yard bobbies? Bobbies. Well, very well. Yes, they caught the criminals, but have you not read the newspapers? Who gives a fuck about the media? The great fuss that has risen around it, they are generalizing all Mexicans. And, as you may know, the Empire has arrangements with a great many varied and loyal Mexican enterprises. You should think about that before you build your wall and make Britain great again. Yours, Mycroft. I'll poop. Alright, let's see. Sir Bennicliffe. Sir Ben... 1893. Well, let's start with 1893. See, even in my inebriated state, I know to start with... Oh, hey, there we go. Bennicliffe. Oh, see, I'm explaining shit. It's right there. See. The great excavation in Assouan has taken over 3 years. Sir Rodney Bencliffe, who doesn't look a thing like Jesus, directed the archaeological work. A mummy was found with an inoculated eye and posed in an unusual position. The right hand was tensed, as if reaching out for something or to someone. The mummy was buried upright. She has been named the Desperate Mummy, due to her very peculiar characteristics. She looks like Laura Dunham, and is quite homely in nature. She might not be an old maid, but she might also be a lesbian, therefore she is extra desperate. Nearby could be read in Latin, by the eye he was punished, for he saw what he was not worthy. The mummy is believed to be Roman rather than Egyptian, as some symbols found in the tomb are in common with the matriarchic mysteries. Then again, it may have been some Roman who had Egyptian fixations and wanted to be mummified. But who knows? I'm not a historian. I'm just reading what's in this fucking letter.
Here it is.
By the eye he was punished. He saw that he was not worthy.
Don't you just hate that guy who's like in the back of the room, silent as fuck, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I heard what you just read. Let me chime into the current situation. Christ. Alright, let's go back to the Roman baths. These are tongs to... Yeah, it's the bumpers. It's the bumpers. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull it out. My pull-out game's pretty strong. Let's see. Where do I go from here?
These baths are becoming sinister.
They're becoming sinister. They fucking became. they became. They're pretty sinister. I mean, someone fucking died there, you know, just saying. Ooh, God raise. Wait, wasn't that guy here in the last 10? I'm not even gonna question it. You know, if I was a video game developer, I would completely rehash all the same. Nothing wrong with that. It's only the assholes like me who like go, hey, wait a minute, what? That actually notice those things, so no big deal. Oh, I got a whole palette of shit to look at.
An embroidered silk handkerchief.
Ooh, hey, guys. I don't know if I've already told you this in a previous case, because this might seem familiar, but hey, carry a handkerchief with you. Just, you know, I know there's plenty of you hipsters out there like, oh my god, that's unsanitary, and that's like ironic to carry one. No, I'm telling you, if there's a girl who's crying, I don't care what situation you're in, bar, wedding, whatever, give the lady your handkerchief, alright? I'm not going to go into it, just, you'll thank me later.
A fountain pen with solid gold trim.
What's this?
Sir Gregory Pickens' visiting card.
Alright, so that's Jeremy Piven stuff. Oh shit, he's guilty. He's fucking guilty.
Gallo found Sir Rodney dead. He wiped the blood upon himself.
How convenient. Yeah, I know what this is. It says, laudanum? Yeah, laudanum. That's laudanum.
A file with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort-flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
You could just fucking say laudanum. Unless it's not laudanum. That's another thing I gotta Google. God damn it, I gotta make a list of this shit. I really do. See, Blinkford stuff. And... Alright, what accent am I gonna choose this to? Dear sir, the interest that I represent requires a situation at the boss to be changed for the better. At the present time, the frigidarium excavations remain under your direction, and yet the works have not progressed. You have failed to find anything of value, and we are unable to make the frigidarium accessible to the public. The frigidarium is a valuable asset in the recreation of the Roman Bath experience. I urge you to complete your work within the next 2 months. You have this remaining time to conclude your archaeological research and to find yourself another fucking workplace. See, I had to throw the F-bomb in because I'm doing the Irish accent. Of course, I should have said it like feckin', but hey.
An ordinary pencil.
You can do a lot with an ordinary pencil if it's sharp enough. You know, you can write things, you can draw things, you can make pencils disappear inside people's heads if you're the Joker.
A hand-drawn map.
Oh, please tell me it's not going to be one of those things where I got to match it up to a fucking map. Oh, God.
This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steamboat.
Something's not right about this ring.
I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver.
Yeah, it's kind of a shoddy job, am I right? I mean, I could do this. Give me a soldering iron, I could fucking do that.
An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question.
I mean, this ring was put together so half-assed, I would say it came from Baltimore.
An old and rather dirty coin.
Ooh, dirty coin.
Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest.
Oh, what's this? Torn page.
The last pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil.
Hey, how about the pencil that's over on the opposite tray to the left?
A few strokes of the pencil.
That's another thing you can do with the
I
pencil.
don't want to damage the tray.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a while.
And then to gently...
Yep, smudge it with whatever the hell this is. Moving forth. You don't have to have this explained to you people. You're all adults. You know what's going on here. Alright, let's see what the fuck this says. Today I almost found it. You're not gonna let me read it? Fuck you! I'll let him read it.
Holmes,
Ha!
the coroner. But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence.
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery. Wonderful. I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
No.
Like, the right eyeball has been burst, pierced to the hilt by a curved-bladed knife, and the blade cut through the orbit of the frontal lobe, like ripping apart of like the frontal lobe and the corpus callosum, after which completing its trajectory into cerebellum caused hemorrhagic lesions and stuff. And all these injuries led directly to the death of the individual. Like, duh. And at the upper lobe of the right lung, there is an old injury filled with an amount of mucus and scintillated debris that may correspond to how gross it is and to a chronic infection by elements and likely inhaled by a burial chamber, like a decaying mummy, for example, or a dried and decomposing food product, maybe, like intended to accompany disease in their grave, which is like totally gross no matter how well you look at it. And like the remainder of the body does not appear to have been damaged, so there's like that. Fuck. Let's get out of first person and examine the body of Sir Daniel Radcliffe.
According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs.
You know, that's actually very accurate. Not that I'm an expert on archaeology, but really, in all seriousness, when you open up a tomb that's been, like, you know, sealed for thousands of fucking years, and you open it up and the fresh air comes to it, there's like a big... You know how your room gets dusty when you don't clean it after a while? Alright, well imagine that, like, times a bajillion, and that's basically what a tomb is like. I mean, it's like that decaying flesh and decaying dust and decaying everything inside. That room kind of fills the air with poisonous gas and shit, and then when you breathe that in, well, you end up like this guy. You end up like, well, I mean, minus the stab wound in the eye. And, well, okay, if it wasn't for that, he probably would have been dead within 6 months from the health issues. So this is a public service announcement. You're welcome.
The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker at 63 years of age.
Well, not, I mean, it's a public service announcement, but not like you guys are going to be, like, going into the Egyptian tombs. I mean, you're not Brendan Fraser.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says.
What? Flip this bitch over. What's going on back here? Butt crack. Yeah, let's be mature here. God damn it.
Some light bruising caused by a rope.
Let's see what else is going on.
The bruising is in the lines. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
Maybe he was going down into a tomb and then he died. Alright, you know, my battery's about to run out of juice here. So, I mean, I should just, I'm gonna